Hello friends, welcome to another video. This vlog is going to be about our week in North Carolina attending an art workshop by Susan Lyon. She is absolutely amazing. We really admire her work very much, and we're just so happy that we got the opportunity to attend. We came back from this workshop full of inspiration and ideas that we really cannot wait to put onto the canvas. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you at the end. This is Winston Salem. It's like a little city, I guess. But me coming from a big city, this is like a little town. Forgot my straightener.
With the Radiant series and the color camera. I just love them. See how look at that beautiful line you can make with these. So it's very versatile. It's very versatile.
Prior to this workshop, I didn't really paint still lifes that much. Every time I would try to set up a still life, it would kind of feel a bit boring. Nothing would feel inspiring or interesting enough, but I would paint it anyways for the practice and for painting from life. But this workshop really taught me so much about composition and how to incorporate vibrancy in your painting to enhance your still life even more. And now more than ever, I'm really interested in still lifes. Susan Lyon white peonies, 11 by 14 oil on canvas. What does that say? Oh, signature lower left. Huh. That's cool. Wow. This looks better than it did on her website. I feel like looking at this painting, it just reminds me of the lesson that I've been drilling in my head all day today, to use color. I feel like my colors have always been a little bit more neutral, and she does such a good job at really punching in the color. This looks like peonies, like white peonies. But when I tell you there is more color than white on this canvas, it's beautiful. The apple on the left was the one that I did, and the apple on the right was what Susan blocked in like 2 seconds, and you can really see the color difference, and I feel like that's really what I want to achieve in my paintings. I'm really excited that day one was all about not being afraid to use color straight out of the tube. Just really excited to be here and to start day two already, because I'm learning so much.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push the pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday
this is what makes Susan the best teacher ever, because she told us to massage our shoulders every hour. And if you're an artist, you know.
To leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. Set aside every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around.
Good morning. It's the start of day 3, and I just woke up. Day 2, I feel like all I was trying to learn was being braver with my colors and texture. Susan really helped me out with that yesterday. So today I'm starting a new painting. So I'm going to try and be extremely bold all by myself. My phone alarm just cut me off. And now we're in day 3, getting ready, feeling a little tired, but this foundation always goes everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be, the peel will start to build. I mean, you probably have a good few hours. I'm just saying don't because you just have to, otherwise it's just like a long scroll like Facebook, and you lose a lot of older videos.
past year or so, I've been going back and forth between knowing if I want to paint thin or thick. And if I'm being truly honest, I have always gravitated towards thicker paint, but I've always been too afraid to do it myself. I know it sounds silly, but it's true. You need so much confidence to put down a big brushstroke and not touch it afterwards. And I also just think it was getting in my head about using too much paint. But all of these thoughts led me to paint quite thin and kind of forced myself to be okay with it. But in this workshop, she really pulled all of us out of our comfort zone in the best way possible. And I didn't use any medium or solvents throughout my painting sessions, which is very unusual to me because I usually use walnut oil throughout my whole session, and that's not ideal. I was starting to use thick brushstrokes and visually seeing a difference in my paintings. So going to their house at the end of a workshop day and see their painting collection, it was just so amazing because my mind and eyes were already so sensitive to all the teachings that we've had for the past few days. So to see these paintings was like analyzing a painting for the first time. It was so sweet for them to allow all of us to see their space and share their passion with us because it brings so much inspiration to our hearts, and it's truly such a beautiful thing to see how art is what connected us all.
And that's why I still have the, I used Scott did that little watercolor for me in like the mid-90s.
Oh, wow.
And this is a picture Scott did of our house when we first moved here before my studio. And yeah, those are all done. Well, the Rose, Richard, and Dan were all done when I was about 19.
I have some drawings over there. You're welcome to flip through if you choose. I have some figure ones and some others. I've got piles of drawings.
I remember that story. I do.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, it's like your mom's coming and she just drops her son off at school and then posts and then I know this whole town was doing pottery march.
The spray march?
Spray march, the same march that you tell me. So that's yeah, so that's lost and it comes in that. I switched to the same sometimes because it was like, oh, that's neat. And then this is cut out. So yeah. Represented, and how are you doing?
Can I say Eduardo's giving me an interview? What's the question? So it's the end of day 5 and the workshop is over and I'm feeling really sad. You know, you connect and spend so much time with a group of people for a week and you paint and learn and go through struggles and go through some mental breakdowns together, and you come out at the end of the week tired but so full of energy and you're so inspired that to leave that space can be so hard sometimes. But I am excited to go back home and apply everything that I've learned and hopefully stay as consistent as I can with these new lessons and these new pointers that were given to me. Overall, I'm pretty happy with my week. Started off with a pretty ambitious still life. It's very out of my comfort zone, you know, a lot of different fabrics going around, the ribbons, and it was a new territory for me. But a lot of the things that she taught us was to be bold and to be vibrant, especially in still lives. It allows you to do that. With the second still life that I did, I continued with that ambitious still life, and I put a lot of things there, but with a little bit more intention, with a little bit more of a theme. I wanted to try and build something with a story and then go from there. So that was a nice touch to the next painting. My last painting was just very simple, like 3-4 little objects, very spacious, very airy. But what I learned about that was that a simple still life can still be very interesting and inspiring. I think with every painting I found a new lesson that kind of came out on top of all the other things, and it was nice to practice that with every painting.
Is there anything you can tell your viewers without having been there, that like from seeing her, that like they should apply to their work?
I think the number one thing I could share with someone watching this that didn't attend the workshop is to slow down. I think slowing down is probably the number one thing. You know, we get so excited to paint, but I think a lot of the time we rush into things without thoroughly thinking it through, and we end up spending a lot of time fixing our previous mistakes that it turns into a very frustrating process. I didn't really find myself struggling too much. It was more of like a battle of like slowing down, slow down. But I didn't find myself struggling to fix so much. But I think that's the best advice, the easiest advice that I can share that can make a huge impact on the process and how the end result of your painting comes out. This was a bit of a ramble, but I hope that you guys enjoy this little rant that I went on, because I find these workshops to be so valuable, and I know how hard it is sometimes to be able to go to these things. I want this rant to kind of serve you as like a encouragement. I would recommend going to a workshop by someone that you really love, and I would be careful with attending a lot of workshops all by different people, because they're all going to teach you different things, and some of the things may be the same, but you will see all of them apply it differently, and that can be very confusing. And that's kind of what happened to me last year. I got very lost, and this year I'm really focusing on a very specific path so that I can grow a little bit better in my art. It's a really great space to be in, and I would highly recommend. I definitely will do another workshop at some point.
This thrift shop, so I want to find like a nice still life object to kind of complete the journey and keep it as a memory. I'm trying to see which one I like. I don't know. This is also nice. It's bold.
The yellow one's cool. I think it has more of a
Yeah,
shape.
this is more fun. Oh, this is cute.
First thing we did when we got home was hang Susan's painting, and oh my goodness, I absolutely love it in this frame. I had an old Sergeant Master copy that I did maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it was just time for this frame to have a fresh painting. And now anytime I need a reminder of color or texture, it will remind me of this workshop, and I can just come over and look at this painting time and time again. If you made it to the end, you're truly so special. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you here very soon.